these people, the way they've done business is an example for us. Yeah, but what Atif is saying is that everyone should have that, rich dad, like I was saying earlier, that mentor, someone that they can take inspiration for, someone that's just slightly higher than them, an elder, and say, right, okay, I want to achieve what this person achieved. So the best way to do that is to meet that person, find out exactly what the steps of success are. Because if they follow that same formula, if they can identify what the formula is and they follow it, they'll come near. They might not hit the stars. You aim at the stars, you might hit the moon, So you'll come close to it. Not necessarily you'll achieve the same success, but at least you'll come close.
That's right.
So you need to, like Atif was saying, identify some mentors or people, the circle, like you were saying earlier, network, just a circle of success. And I think the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said something about, you have to be careful who you befriend or who you make friends with, because they can influence you. Although some people say, no, it's okay, my friends do haram, but I'm a strong Muslim, whatever. No, it doesn't happen. Gradually you start moving towards that. So you have to identify your friends very carefully. You have to select your friends. And there's a saying as well, non-Muslims say it, and they say, you are the 5 people you closely associate yourself with. So the 5 people that you mingle with regularly, you meet up with and whatever, you become that person, you become that character. The mixture of those 5 characters become you. So that's basically the piece of advice that we should give them, is to select their friends wisely.
And I think again, networking between the Muslims, is very important. And also I think people who are successful, they must give hand to the ones who are starting. And that I think is very important as well.
Yeah. We had a couple of questions before in the past, and even myself, I asked that question. Usually most people say, because of the culture, the Asian or the Arab culture, they have this negative attitude towards entrepreneurship, starting up a business. They always say, right, okay, no, especially their family. They say, they tell the Asians, don't be a sportsman, don't go into football, whatever. Just study hard, get a job, become a doctor, become an engineer. That's the way, the mentality. And our brother was asking last week, how do you handle that? Maybe you're lucky, Sammy, because your family are supporting you and they're encouraging you to be a businessman. But myself, my family are against me being a businessman. Did you have that problem? Did all your family support you?
No, I think my father was
against
always,
you.
No, he always said, go ahead with business.
Go with the business. So that you was lucky.
Right from the beginning.
Alhamdulillah.
He never stopped me.
You had no family members that said to you, don't go into business, you're wasting your time, you would lose money.
No.
Was your father a businessman by any chance?
He was.
Oh, that's why. Because he knows it works.
Yeah.
So,
well, he worked for somebody, but
eventually became a businessman.
Businessman and very successful.
Alhamdulillah.
And
Still in Kenya?
No, he has died.
Allah yarhamu. Yeah, may Allah bless him in English. So yeah, great. You had that father already, a father figure that he's a businessman, successful. So you've learned a lot of the tricks of the trade. So you had the shortcut. What about yourself, Atif?
No, I wasn't as fortunate as
you wasn't as fortunate.
No, I never had a father figure in my life, to be honest. My father was living. We were separate, so we were. I didn't really get to know.
Okay.
But alhamdulillah, throughout my career and life, we've always had supporting figures come in, by the grace of Allah, that have supported us and mentored us, not in business, but generally. That
gave you that positive mentality. You told you, just go ahead, do anything. You can achieve anything. You set your mind to it. Just do it.
And you need that confidence. You need that positive thinking, and I've sort of grown up with that kind of thing. That positive mentality is really powerful, and not to look down. In terms of
feel that you're incapable
or sort of down or sort of depressed or anything like that. Try and pull yourself up. Because there's always less fortunate people around you.
That's right.
There's always
So
somebody
you shouldn't
else.
really look up, you should look down and see the less fortunate and say, Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, look at the less fortunate.
And you know, Allah tells us, you know, if you thank Allah, Allah
That's right.
increases you. He increases your wealth, but
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
give
yeah.
praise to Him,
Yes.
yeah. But if you're always looking at up and say, man, he's so lucky, you know, and this person's lucky, and this Richard Branson, whatever, he had it all cut out for him. It's okay for him.
Yes.
Then you would never get there. You would never.
Absolutely.
But if you look down, you thank Allah, and you
Yeah.
be grateful for every little thing, you start seeing more opportunities open up for you.
I'll add to that. I think when you walk with your head down, you are aware of any pitfalls.
That's right. Very good. That's a very good point.
And if you keep on looking up, you're definitely going to trip
That's
over.
right.
So
Very
I think
good.
you should always be humble. And that's what Allah tells us, you know, 5 times, you know, you must humble yourself.
Humble yourself and submit yourself, and you put your head down. That's a way to bring that to basically tame that soul, that pride. You tame it by bowing down to the Creator.
Yes.
Okay, it's very interesting. The point that I wanted to ask you about is, you know, about your family. When you first, you know, had that idea in your mind, I want to start a business. Obviously, I mean, your wife, your family around you is thinking, hey, you know, you had a successful career. You're a director of a company. You know, do they say like, are you mad? You've gone out of your mind, or
No,
or did they say,
no.
go for it, leave that career, you know, you've got that income coming in, forget that and go for the business. If that's where your heart is, just go for it. Did they say that, or how did they treat
mashallah, this time, you know, they were very, very supportive, you know, so I had a lot of support from family and friends to do what I, you know, always wanted to do. I had the entrepreneurship in me, but got stuck in this corporate ladder, if you like. You know, the comfort zone is and for me, my regret is not starting business earlier, and it's one of those regrets, but it's not easy either. So it's, you know,
Alhamdulillah. I mean, you've learnt a lot while you're working in the organization. You've learnt a lot from the industry.
Exactly.
And then
there was a reason why you know, I went through that mill, and gave me the, you know, the knowledge, the expertise, you know, the corporate sort of the way that you build a business, because I was lucky enough, fortunate enough to see growth in that business, from very small beginnings to, you know, a multi-million-pound business. So I actually saw a lot of the benefits and contributed towards that. So being through that business and no risk, you know, helps me now. Because I can reflect back and always look back and say, oh yes, that situation happened, and that's how I dealt with it. Whether it's managing staff, motivating them, bringing new ideas, focusing on the areas, you know, looking at cash flow, which is always a big issue, you know, and or paying rent on time, you know, things like that.
Is he a good client to have here, or?
I think so.
I think that's good. Paying you a
got
year
away
in
with that
advance.
I need more Muslim tenants.
More tenants like that.
Muslims.
Muslim
actually,
tenants.
yeah.
Okay.
Inshallah, yes.
But you also have non-Muslims as well. It's not,
course,
it's not
of
just
course.
for Muslims.
No, of course not. But
You've got Jews, you've got Christians, you've got Hindus, you've got Buddhists. It's everything. Business is not just for Muslims. We're not a closed society.
Absolutely.
We're open.
Yeah.
We got, alhamdulillah, we got quite a few Muslims as well.
Yeah.
Mashallah, yeah.
That's right. I mean, some of them are advertising on Iqra TV as well. So inshallah, you know, we might see you guys as well advertising on the channel.
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Excellent.
Yes, definitely.
So, okay, so we'll take another caller.
Okay.
Inshallah, and we'll see how. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Hi, walaikum salam.
Can I get your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling. My name is Naseem. I'm calling from London.
Okay, Yassine.
Yeah, I enjoyed your show, and
Alhamdulillah.
you know, you have some very good, experienced business people that keep offering great advice. Actually, what I want to do was just to let one of the callers know that he's wondering how to start business and he's got a job. So I just want to share some bit of advice that someone gave me, and what they said was that there's a lot of businesses you can start part-time, and also, you know, business startup has, you know, a lot of franchises, etc. And also, we're doing an event in Mayfair. It's a chargeable event, but he's welcome to come for free if he wants to come. So I've given him a website.
Sure. So what to do, brother, if you can send the details to Iqra TV. The email should appear soon on screen. If you send the details to that, then we can circulate it to our contacts, our viewers, and maybe even have you on the show as well to talk about this event.
Yes, certainly. I'd like to come and share some tips for your viewers.
It'll be very good. So you've got a show for startups.
Yeah, we're doing an event where people that want to start business can actually start.